Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, I'm attempting to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, we're gonna check out some hair metal, glam metal, sleaze metal, whatever you wanna call it. I've got my sleaziest metal shirt on, Spread Eagle. It's an original from back in the day. And we're gonna look at Britny Fox, and they've just released two new albums, albeit they're demos from back in 1991. So it's old material, but new to us, being released out into the marketplace. And there's these two albums. There's the Forbidden Fruits Volume 1 and Forbidden Fruits Volume 2. It's on F&A Records. If you're not familiar with them, they're a great reissue label that digs up demos and things like this and gets them out into the fans' hands like this. These are official releases. It's being compiled and put together by Tommy Paris, who is the replacement singer for Dizzy Dean Davidson, the original frontman of Britny Fox. And Tommy Paris sang on the 1991 album Bite Down Hard when he replaced Dizzy Dean Davidson. So Tommy Paris has partnered with F&A Records to put these out. The two discs each have 12 tracks on it, 24 total. Volume 1 has 5 demos from the Bite Down Hard album and 7 unreleased songs, including 2 cover songs. Volume 2 has 1 demo from the Bite Down Hard album and 11 unreleased songs, including 1 cover. 9 of those songs are completely unreleased in any format. Now, jumping back in Britny Fox's career, they formed in 1986 in Philadelphia, and that's notable because that's the land and home of Cinderella. We'll get to that in a second. They were named after the original lead singer, Dizzy Dean Davidson's Welsh ancestor, and they were originally described as trashy Victorian glam. And if you've ever seen the debut album cover, you understand why they got the word Victorian in there. And the reason I mentioned the Philadelphia and the Cinderella aspect is that 2 of the members are ex-Cinderella from back before Cinderella was signed. Michael Kelly Smith on guitar and original drummer Tony Destra were both originally from Cinderella, then having formed Britny Fox along with lead singer Dizzy Dean Davidson, who also played guitar, and Billy Childs on bass. Interestingly, Billy Childs is the only consistent member to have been in all the different lineups of the band. And so due to their connection with Cinderella, they were able to secure a recording contract, but unfortunately, right as they were getting things going, original drummer Tony Destra was killed in a car accident in 1987, so they hired Johnny D to replace him, and that completed the classic lineup that recorded the first 2 albums. Their debut album, the one I was just showing you, this one here, came out in 1988 and went gold. It featured the huge MTV hit at the time, Girls' School. If you want to know what they sound like and get a good impression for them, check out the song Girls' School. The video is just absolutely classic 1980s MTV hairband style video. And then in 1989, they released their follow-up, Boys in Heat, which had the big radio hit, Dream On. It's not the Aerosmith track, it just happens to be the same name, but a really good song nonetheless. Soon after, lead singer Dizzy Dean Davidson would leave and form this group, Black Eyed Susan, that was a more sort of stripped down, a straight ahead rock band than a glam or hair metal group that Britny Fox was. And this just was reissued. If you don't know this album, 1, it's a fantastic album, but 2, this band had recorded 2 albums, only releasing 1 at the time, and this is a 2 CD reissue that includes that unreleased second album, so definitely worth checking out. If nothing else, even if just you're a glam or hair metal fan. Really good stuff. And so the band decided to continue on and hired Tommy Paris as the replacement singer and guitar player. And they recorded this 1991 album, Bite Down Hard, which is, in my opinion, their best album. I really enjoy the first 2. I was a fan of theirs when those albums came out. But for an album that I go back to over and over and over, this album here I always go back to. It's just really consistently strong all the way through. Unfortunately, with the decline of glam metal at the time in 1991, with grunge and everything coming in, the band broke up in early 1992. They did reunite in 2000 for a tour, and then in 2003 released this reunion album, Springhead Motor Shark, but they haven't really done too much since then. At the time in 2003, they did do 3 archival releases on their own label, what I would call like website releases or homemade albums where they printed them themselves. They did this one here, the Bite Down Hard demo sessions, Live at Froggy's, which is with Tommy Paris, but then Goodbye to Dean, which is with Dizzy Dean Davidson in one of his final concerts with them. Those are no longer available. You could probably find them on eBay, but at the time those were released and all really good quality stuff. I mentioned specifically the Bite Down Hard demo sessions from 2003 because those demos are really high quality. I believe they were probably recorded in the studio as demos, not necessarily like 4-track home demo type thing, but in studio demos. Really great if you can get your hands on that. Some of those songs cross over to what I'm talking about here, so, and I'll go into that in a moment. All right, so the Forbidden Fruit albums here, volumes 1 and 2, are demos from the Bite Down Hard album. The recordings are really bright and loud and not muddy, and there's no tape hiss on it. And to me, that's really important. Whenever I get these archival releases and demo releases, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's tape hiss, and there's none of that on this. There's also none of that sort of thing where some songs fade in and out or things like that because of the tape having been worn out over the years. So really good, consistent quality throughout, albeit they are old. They're not restored or remastered in any way. The quality is not pristine. Not like a studio demo, as I was just talking about, more like, these are more like the 4-track demo. So slightly less quality than the Bite Down Hard demo sessions one. But these are really easy to listen to, even though they're at a slightly lower quality. So definitely worth checking out. Don't let the word demos run you off on it. Volume 4 has 4 never released tracks on it. As I said, 5 of these are from the Bite Down Hard album. Lonely Too Long, Over and Out, Shot From My Gun, Liar, and Close to Your Love. Close to Your Love was not released on this demo session, so it is a first-time release here. And then 7 unreleased songs, including 2 covers. You get a song called Killer Heart, which I think is really fantastic. Feel It, which is Michael Kelly Smith's song that he recorded with his band that came after Britny Fox called Razamanaz. Don't Let Go, More Than a Mouthful, Screened, and then Riff Raff, which is an AC/DC cover, and Little Sheila, which is a Slade cover, Slade having been the group that wrote the song Come On Feel the Noise that was the big Quiet Riot hit. So just give you a little context there. And Volume 2 has 5 never released songs, 1 demo from the Bite Down Hard album, Louder, and then 11 unreleased songs, including 1 cover, Roll Over You, Sexton Line, which I think is probably the best track out of all of these and really should have made the album, Shout It Out, Ready, Stay With Me, Again, Fire of Love, See You On Me, Tracy, Come No More, and Sweet Hitchhiker, which is a Creedence Clearwater Revival cover song. And so let's take a quick little look at these. What I really like about these is how they attempted to sort of recreate the Bite Down Hard album cover. This one here is a drawing, whereas this one's an actual photograph of a former Playboy model at the time. And so pretty cool the way that it's done here. You can see at the top that it says Tommy Paris of Britny Fox, but I do like that they're using the Britny Fox logo, and again, graphically they're making it look the same as this album here. Back is done differently. But there you go, you can see the back of that, and we'll pop that open and you can see in here. And so what they do to distinguish these two is you get the green apple on this one. I'll show you the other one, which is the red apple. And the booklets are pretty cool. It's got a little write-up from Tommy at the front explaining what was going on at the time and the demos, and then he goes track by track and explains who wrote them and you know, how it was recorded and that sort of stuff, which is really great to get that stuff. And then I'll just show you this one real quickly. It's basically the same, but you can see the green apple versus red apple as the distinguishing factor between the two. And when we open this one here, this one has the red apple on the disc, and the booklet's the same thing, but I will open it up here. You get the same write-up, but the track's explanation on the inside is, of course, specific to the songs that are included here. All right, so again, really good stuff. Bottom line, I highly recommend it if you're a Britny Fox fan. And if you're not a Britny Fox fan, do check out the Bite Down Hard album. And then if you want some more, go check these out. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And I hope everyone has a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.